A very good morning to you all and all our listeners, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Ministers, Assistant Ministers, Honorable Leader of Opposition, Members of Parliament. Today we commemorate Thursdays in Black, a silent campaign against violence against women started by the World Council of Churches. We are commemorating the 16 days of activism, a campaign that runs from November 25th, International Day of Elimination of Violence Against Women, to December 10th, Human Rights Day, to raise awareness and call for an end to gender-based violence. The campaign is an opportunity to break the silence around violence, promote respect, and call for collective action to protect women and girls. Mr. Speaker, beyond awareness, we need to reshape underlying social norms and power structures that cause gender inequality. Today, I rise to update this august House on the progress, achievements, lessons learned, and the future direction of Gender Transformative Institutional Capacity Development Initiative, a program central to government's commitment to building a more equitable, inclusive, and gender-responsive public sector, and foster a whole-of-government approach to challenge and transform attitudes and practices rooted in patriarchy. Mr. Speaker, the Gender Transformative Institutional Capacity Development Initiative, or ICD, Phase 1 was implemented between 2021 and 2023 and targeted 9 pilot ministries and agencies, including the Fiji Police Force. The ministry acknowledges the significant financial and technical support from the Government of New Zealand, the Government of Canada, and the Fiji Women's Rights Movement as a civil society technical support partner. Phase 1 delivered a substantial body of work, including enhanced capacities of officers across the 9 pilot agencies, the establishment of gender mainstreaming action group in each of the ministries, development of gender sensitization and analysis toolkits, budget gender analysis products, and COVID-19 risk management work plans, and rapid analysis in 7 sectors: education, agriculture, trade and tourism, fisheries, forestry, youth, and the Fiji Police Force. Mr. Speaker, as we prepared for the second phase of this program, the ministry undertook a candid assessment of our progress to date. This reflection highlighted several important lessons that must inform our next steps. Firstly, the demand for support far exceeded our staffing capacity. Simply put, the level of interest across the government was so high, but our teams were too small to fully meet the demand. Secondly, we recognize the need to strengthen our monitoring and evaluation systems. While many trainings and activities were conducted, the mechanisms to measure their impact, both at the institutional level and in terms of real behavioral change, were not sufficiently robust. In addition, Mr. Speaker, we noted that several ministries struggled to fully operationalize the gender mainstreaming action groups. Without adequate technical guidance and follow-up support, the GMAGs and the gender mainstreaming action plans could not be embedded effectively within the agencies. Finally, coordination across the government on gender mainstreaming and responsive planning and budgeting remained inconsistent. While there were pockets of strong progress, a whole-of-government approach requires more structured and predictable collaboration. These lessons provide us with a clear roadmap for strengthening the next phase of implementation, Mr. Speaker, ensuring that reforms we pursue are both sustainable and transformative. For these reasons, the Ministry commissioned a full redesign of Phase 2 in February of 2024. Phase 2 will build on Phase 1 by strengthening institutional capacities across government and scaling up gender mainstreaming efforts. And once again, I'd like to express much gratitude to the Government of New Zealand for continuing their support, for providing financial support under the Gender Action Program Maramaniviti. Secretariat of the Pacific Community has come on board as well and will provide technical leadership through the Pacific Women and Girls Program. And Fiji Women's Rights Movement, our TSO partner, will continue to provide coaching and mentoring to GMAGs and lead facilitators. The next phase will be implemented over a 5-year period from this year, 2025 to 2030, as design and first phase of work has begun this year, and is anchored in a simple but powerful goal that all Fijians, women, girls, men, and boys in all their diversity, are recognized as having equal value equal rights to freedom from discrimination, and equitable opportunities to both contribute to and benefit from our national development. Mr. Speaker, this is not merely an aspiration, it is the foundation of a just and inclusive Fiji. The expected outcome at the end of this program is equally significant. By 2030, we aim to have a whole-of-government machinery with strengthened institutional capacity to undertake transformative gender mainstreaming, meaning that gender perspectives are not an afterthought, but fully integrated into public plans, policies, legislation, programs, investments, and our national budget allocations. In essence, Phase 2 seeks to embed gender equality into the very core of government decision-making, ensuring that every policy and every dollar we allocate contributes to a more inclusive and equitable Fiji for all. The rollout of ICD Phase 2 will take place in 3 distinct stages. The inception phase, which has started, will focus on establishing governance structures, refining work plans, and ensuring that all ministries and departments are aligned with the program's objectives. Secondly, from January of next year, core program activities will be implemented. This period will include intensive capacity, building technical support, and the strengthening of systems and processes across government. The final stage will consolidate the gains achieved, deepen institutionalization, and ensure long-term sustainability of gender mainstreaming across the public sector. Mr. Speaker, to guide and oversee this work, a high-level steering committee is being established, co-chaired by the Minister for Women, that's me, and the Minister for Finance. This committee will provide strategic direction and will convene annually to review progress and set priorities for the year ahead. Together, these stages and governance arrangements ensure structured, accountable, and forward-looking implementation of ICD Phase 2. Phase 2 marks a significant expansion of our work, growing from 9 to now 14 line ministries and agencies, including for the first time the Republic of Fiji Military Forces as well. This selection was not arbitrary. It was guided by key national gender statistics that highlight where the needs are greatest and where the impact will be most transformative. For example, Mr. Speaker, although women make up 49.3% of Fiji's population, they continue to be underrepresented in the labor force. Many women remain concentrated in the informal sector, a space characterized by low wages, job insecurity, and limited or no social protection. We also know that women's participation in agriculture and climate-resilient livelihoods is restricted by limited access to land, fisheries, and other productive resources. Rural women in particular face disproportionate barriers. For example, they must travel up to 5 times further than urban residents simply to reach basic financial services. Women continue to be underrepresented in leadership and in decision-making roles, and women-led businesses are estimated to be 2.5% times more likely to have their loan applications rejected. These disparities weaken our economy and undermine inclusive growth. Mr. Speaker, these realities underscore why strengthening gender mainstreaming within these 14 ministries and agencies is not only justified but essential. It enables us to address entrenched inequalities, remove systematic barriers, and ensure that development outcomes reach every Fijian. For these ministries not included formally in Phase 2, I assure this august House that they will continue to receive preliminary support so that we maintain consistency and coherence in gender mainstreaming efforts across the whole of government. Consultations with participating ministries and agencies have been extensive and reflect the growing recognition across government that gender equality is a critical development priority and requires the active engagement of all ministries and agencies. Mr. Speaker, the Institutional Capacity Development Initiative is a long-term investment in the structures and systems that underpin good governance, social justice, and equitable development. When we integrate gender considerations into planning, budgeting, and policy making, we are not only addressing historical injustices, we are building a government that is more effective, responsive, and inclusive. We are creating institutions that recognize the contributions of all citizens, ensure equitable access to resources and opportunities, and safeguard the rights and dignity of every Fijian. The program is therefore not just about women and girls, although they remain the primary beneficiaries. It is about building a society where all Fijians, regardless of gender, age, ethnicity, or social status, can fully participate in, contribute to and benefit from national development. By strengthening the capacity of government ministries and agencies, providing technical support and fostering a culture of accountability and inclusivity, we are laying the foundation for a Fiji that is not only fairer, but also stronger, more resilient, and more prosperous. Thank you for this time, Mr. Speaker.